Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in. So, you probably already saw the title of this video, which is why I won't explain too much and just jump right into it. So, I have a 4-step guide that I walk through myself when I feel like I am stuck in procrastination. So, the first step is to identify my goal. I try to get really clear about the thing that I'm trying to accomplish. And once I know exactly what this thing looks like, I move to the second phase. Because if I just look at my goal, the big goal that I have, I easily get overwhelmed and I feel like I can't do anything because the steps seem too big. I feel like I have to do really big steps, which makes me feel like I can't accomplish them in the first place, which makes me procrastinate. So I put that big goal at the back of my mind and break it down into monthly goals, which is our second step. So in a second step, I break the big goal into monthly goals. I usually don't plan the whole year. I just look at the month, and then at the end of the month, I see what worked and I can see what I want to accomplish in the next month. So I look at the month and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to accomplish in this month that brings me closer to the big goal that I have. Now, since this still feels overwhelming, I break it down to even smaller goals, which is our third step, which is breaking the monthly goal into daily habits. So to give you an example, one of my big goals is to pass my exam at the end of this year. So I have these 2 really huge books that I have to go through in order to prepare myself for the exams. Now, when I looked at the books, I felt overwhelmed because I was like, this is so much information and there's just so much I have to read and I have to know by the end of this year. How am I even supposed to accomplish that? Now, when I broke it down into a monthly goal, it was much more doable because I was like, okay, realistically, I can do 2 or 3 chapters every single month. The chapters are huge and there's so much information, so 2 or 3 chapters is doable. Now, what I noticed is that I still had this goal of 2 or 3 chapters, and for some reason I felt like I had to do all of that in one day. So I felt like in order to accomplish that goal, I have to sit down one day and read one whole chapter, or at least half of it, in order to accomplish it, which didn't make sense, but this is how my brain worked. So I was like, how can I do this so doable every single day? And when I did the math and I looked what I can do every single day, I came up with the number of reading 2 to 4 pages every single day, and that's doable. I can absolutely read 2 pages every single day and answer 1 or 2 questions every single day. And when I did the math, I was like, oh my god, this is not hard at all. I can absolutely do 2 pages. I can absolutely answer 2 questions. And if I do that every single day, I will reach my monthly goal. And if I reach my monthly goal, I will reach my end goal by the end of this year. So those are the 3 steps in an example. Let's move to the 4th step, which I personally find is the most important step, because something that I notice is that when I set goals, and I bet there's so many other people out there that have the same problem, is that we set goals from the perspective of our best self. We're really motivated when we set goals. We're like, yes, we have so much energy, we can do this. And then we plan considering doing all these things that we want to do with our best self. So the version of ourselves that has the most energy, the version of ourselves that just gets everything done. And we also think about the perfect day with the perfect schedule where nothing goes wrong, everything goes as planned, which, let's be realistic, this is not often the case. Life doesn't always go as planned. And we certainly don't always have 100% energy and can give 100% every single day like we had the day we were so motivated to come up with our goals. So what we have to do, and I recently heard Layla Hormozi talk about this and I thought that was so beautiful, is that we have to come up with something that we can do even on a worst day. So we come up with something that we can do on a worst day, or a mediocre day and on my best day. So on my worst day, for example, I can read 1 or 2 pages and answer one question. It's still really doable, so doable that I know, okay, I won't skip that because it's still easy to do that. And on my mediocre day, I can read 2 or 4 pages and answer 3 or 4 questions. And on my best day, where I have a lot of energy, where I feel motivated, where everything goes as planned, I have lots of time, I can do as many sides as I can and answer as many questions as I can. And maybe I will even read the whole chapter, who knows. So this is what I can do every single day. And if you plan it that way and not just for your best self, you really set yourself up for success, because every single day you can do one step that brings you closer to your end goal. And guess what? If you work on your goal every single day, even if you just do the bare minimum, even if it's just 1 page or just 10-minute workout, or just reaching out to one person, or whatever the smallest step is that you can do that brings you closer to your end goal, if you do that every single day, guess what? At the end of a month, you will have reached your monthly goal. And if you continue to do that every single month, eventually reach your big goal that seemed so big in the first place that you felt like, oh my God, I don't even want to sit down. This is too much. It's too overwhelming. Let's do something else and procrastinate this thing altogether. And a bonus tip that I like to do that I felt like helped me a lot is to have a list where I can track my wins. So even if I just do the bare minimum, even if I just do the tiniest step towards my goal, it's still a win, and I get to cross it on my list of wins. And I also have a list where I can see all my monthly goals so I can check them. And I have a list for every single day, and I noticed that if I just do one thing at a time, so on my list of the things that I want to accomplish each day, I just put 1 or 2 things, and once I get them done, I put another 1 or 2 things. Because if I have a list of 10 things that I have to do every single day, I again get overwhelmed, even if the things are small. So even for the daily goals, I want to keep them small. I want to be able to accomplish them and feel good about it and not think about all the things that I have to do. So taking it step by step truly helped me. So seeing, okay, I just have to do that one step. And maybe it will take me 10 minutes, maybe it will take me an hour, but no matter what, I win. If I get it done, I win. And when I did it, I can move on to the next step. And that truly helped me to overcome procrastination and feel like I get my things done.